Okay, so let's, if you want to get started, Diane, you can. And let's see here. Okay. Welcome, everyone. We are very excited to have a very informative program by Diane Levine, who has been working with the IFMA Foundation since 2013. We have heard many great things about you, Diane, from Rod Stevens, who have been cohorts for a long time. Diane was just telling us about some really great connections that are being made to promote a variety of paths for facility management. And she has a wealth of information for us today. So we look forward to hearing your great presentation. I'll turn it over to you, Diane.
Well, thank you, Jennifer, and thank you all for having me. I'm really excited to be giving this presentation today. But first of all, I want to thank your chapter for your support of the IFMA Foundation. It's because of the support of IFMA's local chapters that we're able to survive and thrive. So I wanted to talk to you today about the FM talent gap and some of the programs that we've instituted at the IFMA Foundation. And I'm also going to talk about how we're working with other chapters on our Global Workforce Initiative and have a discussion with you about what we might do in central Iowa. So there is a lack of trained facility managers. The average facility manager is 49 years old. In 5 to 15 years, 50% of the existing workforce is going to retire. And, you know, this is a really well-paid profession that can't be offshored. And, you know, the students graduating from our programs is nearly 100% placement rate. I'm showing a picture of this brochure that we created, and I'll send this to all of you. One of our professors at one of our accredited degree programs, Roscoe Hightower, uses this picture to explain the field of facility management. These bubbles really talk well about the career. You know, it's in demand, it's wide responsibilities, plenty of opportunities. You could choose any industry, it's challenging, it's well paid. And so whenever anybody asks him what facility management is or what the profession is, he pulls out these brochures from the back of his car. Back in 2017, the IFMA Foundation filed with the US Department of Labor for an SOC code, Standard Occupation Classification Code, for facility managers. We received the code in 2019, and now we have data to show job growth and salaries throughout the United States in facility management. And this, I thought this data was interesting to share with you. In Iowa, they're projecting over the next 10 years through 2028, a 13% growth in facility manager openings. And the average growth in the United States is 9%. So FM positions are growing higher than average in the state of Iowa over the next 10 years. But the salary, the average salary for facility managers in the United States is $98,890. The average salary in Iowa is $82,610. So back in 2015, the IFMA Foundation created what we call our Global Workforce Initiative. And in the Global Workforce Initiative, we do three things. We educate, we connect, and we invest. The education are the green boxes. The IFMA Foundation has been the global accrediting body for the last 24 years for facility management degree programs. We have associates, bachelor's, and master's programs around the world. We also have, last year we created what's called a registered degree program, which is a facility management minor, or it's an 18 academic credit program. Usually they occur in an extension program in a university or college. And most recently, back in 2017, we've created what we call FM talent development pipelines. These are mainly in community colleges or we have these pipeline programs in conjunction with workforce development departments or other nonprofit organizations. I'm going to talk a little bit about each one of these boxes shortly. On the investment part, this is where the chapters come in. Chapters support the Global Workforce Initiative by sponsoring scholarships, providing internships for students. We have a signature job shadowing program template. A lot of chapters are having career connections, job shadowing programs with students in these programs, and a signature Ignite FM student competition. Many of you might have seen that competition at World Workplace. We also do it locally with chapters in colleges. And most recently, we have a registered apprenticeship program. The connection part is what the IFMA Foundation does. It takes a village to make facility management a career of choice. It takes a village to promote workforce development in the field. And we can't do it without the chapters, but also without other nonprofit organizations, academic institutions, economic and workforce development, government agencies, and businesses. And the IFMA Foundation acts as the connector between all of these organizations. So we have 20 accredited degree programs, and we love to grow a program in Iowa. We do have a lot of candidate schools. There are 10 that are coming up between 22 and 24, and then we're working with 20 other schools as well. It takes a long time for a university to become accredited. They have to have a graduate first, and we help the universities walk through the whole process, create the standards. We have a facility management accreditation commission that works with the universities on that. The registered degree programs, will have our first 2 registered degree programs this year before July. And these are 18, as I said, academic credit schools. The first one will be with University of California, Irvine in their extension program. And we're working with another school in Turkey. Our talent development pipeline programs, this is really exciting. It takes a long time to get, as I mentioned, get a program into a college, but we figured out a quicker way. We work with community colleges and we introduce the IFMA Essentials of Facility Management into an associate's degree in business or HVAC or technical fields, construction management, so that the students are earning an associate's, but they're also getting their Essentials of FM certificate. And we also add a project management course geared towards FM, and then an internship course that's optional for the university. We started these programs at Chaffey College in California back in 2017, and we've grown them through California. And most recently, last year, we began a program in Missouri at State Fair Community College. So these programs have been very, very successful, but it takes help from a chapter to really make it work. Let me just give you an example. The San Fernando Valley chapter, which is a very, very small chapter in California, helped us with the curriculum development for the program, and they helped us design the internship program. This is a flyer for the program. There are 3,200 openings in a year, on the average year, in facility management in the state of California. The chapter also helped to seek internships for students, and they provided internships for the students. They worked with a manufacturing association, and they worked with a local high schools for community outreach to present FM in front of students and show that there was an option for a college program for them to attend. So they helped us market the program. You'll see a flyer banner up at the top of the window. It says, "Save the Planet, Become an FM." We've learned from our outreach programs, when we get in front of students, there's 4 things that attract them to the field. First, the high salary. Second, that they can make an impact on on the planet and sustainability. And then third and fourth are kind of equal. They want to play with the new technology in buildings, and they want to make a difference in people's lives in the workplace. The chapter also supported the Chaffey College program by helping them create a student chapter. And they mentored the student chapter, and they showed them how to hold events and raise money for their student club so that they could they could send some of their students to World Workplace. This is a picture of an event that they held, and how some of the industry helped support the program. They also enhanced the class by giving presentations to not only the chapter club meeting, but also during the classes. This is a picture of the Chaffey College student chapter with some of the professors. This course, as I mentioned, started in 2017. This chapter was so amazing. They won IFMA Student Chapter of the Year. So there's a lot of power in this Global Workforce Initiative program. And two of the students won scholarships as well. I wanted to mention a story of one of the students in the school, Elizabeth Zamora. She was about to quit school to go back to work. Her husband was working 3 jobs so she could go to school. And she met Tony Pucci from ABM, who encouraged her to apply for an internship at his company. She got the internship, and they hired her as a staff person. She started to share cost savings ideas that she learned in her Essentials of Facility Management course with a lot of the managers and supervisors, and they turned her into a trainer. And then the next thing you know, he said, well, why don't I just make you a manager? So she went from an ABM intern to an ABM manager in a year. We also work with other workforce and economic development departments in cities and states. This is an example of one of our talent development pipeline programs in Denver. We had a contract with the Economic Development Department of Denver where we piloted students and put them through the Essentials of FM in OSHA 10. And Denver actually taught them some soft skills, basically interviewing skills, resume writing, communication skills. And with this program, we placed 100% of the students were minority students, 50% were women, and 50% were veterans. This program was so successful, excuse me, that the Denver Economic Development introduced us to the State Apprenticeship Office and the US Department of Labor and encouraged us to turn this program into an apprenticeship program. And I'm happy to report that back in April, the IFMA Foundation became the national sponsor for facility management registered apprenticeship programs. Excuse me for a second. We also work with nonprofit organizations. This is an example of a project that has been going on since January of 2021 in New York City, together with the New York City chapter. There's a link to a video that you can watch here. Hotbread Kitchen is a nonprofit that trains immigrant and minority women in the food service industry. Well, because of COVID, there were no food service jobs. And so they partnered with the IFMA Foundation to train these women who had already been trained in food service in the field of facility management. And they had similar partners like we had at the foundation, like Sodexo and Aramark, et cetera. So we've placed 27 women through this program. Hotbread Kitchen trains them in the soft skills. We train them in FM, working with the New York City chapter. The New York City chapter helps work with us in Hotbread Kitchen to find them jobs. And I'm happy to report that all the women that have gone through this program who wanted a job in FM have a job in the field of facility management. So and lives are being changed with these positions, with this program. This is a picture of our certificate from the U.S. Department of Labor. We're very, very proud of this. And the IFMA Foundation has just created a Center for Apprenticeships and Work-Based Learning. From these pilots and our experience with Hot Bread Kitchen and the community colleges, we have been able to apply for grant funding. And I'm going to talk about our two most recent grants. One is with Denver Economic Development and the Office of Climate Action, Sustainability, and Resiliency. And we just obtained a $450,000 grant to place 45 students in 3 years through a pre-apprenticeship and an apprenticeship program. Now, the foundation can't do this alone. I mean, we only have 2 staff. So we've got a contracted model that we use, and we partner with other nonprofits. So Goodwill of Colorado is managing the outreach. This grant is for underserved women and veterans. And Denver gave us specific communities that we want to outreach to and train folks from. And so they're doing the outreach and helping us with the employer match and training the students in the soft skills. The IFMA Denver chapter is working with us. They're providing the trainers and contracting with the foundation. They're also working on helping us find employers and doing all the similar things that the San Fernando Valley chapter and New York City chapter have done. And we're working with an organization, a nonprofit called Workforce Incubator, that's helping us find employment for these apprentices. So the first class for this grant starts on January 31st, and we're very, very excited. Another opportunity that we started back in, I think it was October, November, is a grant we received from the Texas Workforce Commission, and we're placing 51 students, veterans and underserved, through a pre-apprenticeship program. And again, we're working with Goodwill of Houston and the IFMA Houston chapter and Workforce Incubator on this program as well. Now, we can't do what we do without our Global Workforce Initiative advisors. A lot of the major FM outsourcing firms fund the foundation. They provide us funding, and in return, they get access to the talent. They get, first dibs on students going through these programs. And we're just so grateful to JLL, Sodexo, ABM, and A&A Facility Services. If you know of any other organizations or have connections, we'd be happy to talk to them about the benefits of becoming a GWI advisor. Just to give you an example, this is a presentation JLL recently gave at World Workplace about the power of being a Global Workforce Initiative advisors. And these are 5 hires that they just made through our programs at JLL. Dippin up in the top is a PhD student. He's one of our scholarship winners. So is Justin's a scholarship winner. And the 3 women come from Hot Bread Kitchen's program in New York City. This is as you know, the foundation has a scholarship program. It's funded by IFMA chapters. And this is our 2021 list of students, and they're global. And the amazing part about this past year was this is the first time there were more women than men. We also have, and this is for your members as well, an Eric Teichelt Sustainability Facility Professional Scholarship. So this is usually launched around March. You'll receive an announcement about this. I suggest you connect with me on LinkedIn if you're interested in the scholarship, because as soon as it is launched, I place it on LinkedIn. The Eric Teichelt is an IFMA fellow. He started the sustainability how-to guides at the IFMA Foundation back in the early 2000s. He's been a proponent of sustainability. He was the founder of IFMA Sustainability Community. He's just been a great supporter of sustainability, and he's funded sustainability scholarships 3 a year for the next 3 years. And we are actually growing this scholarship program and opening it up to other corporations or organizations, and plan on is the first partner in 2022. These are the 3 winners from this past year. So we'll be giving away 6 scholarships in 2022. We also have, as I mentioned, the chapters are going out into the community to help feed the pipeline to these programs that we have in the community colleges and colleges. So we've worked with Sodexo's marketing company, has helped us put this career ambassador kit together, and pro bono, they're called Image Media. And we're very, very excited. We have a new video now that you can, I'll send you this video. You can see it on our website. You can see it on our YouTube page as well. But it's a great 3-minute video that explains what facility management is. And, this is something you can also show to your family, those that do not understand what you do for a living. The Career Ambassador Kit comes with a logo. It also has a PowerPoint presentation that you can make your own. We have a trustee, Angela Johnson Culver, that would be happy to train you on the Career Ambassador Kit, meet with you about this. She's also training our the college recruiters, where we have programs as well. You can download this kit right from our website, and the video as well. So we're doing a lot of things to engage students, and we want to make sure that these students actually become members and join YP. And so one of the things that we do, in the scholarship program, the students are able to attend World Workplace as part of their scholarship. And so we've got a whole group that just spends time on the World Workplace experience. We have an Ignite FM competition that these students participate in, and this is where they, get embraced into the IFMA family and understand, learn what IFMA is all about. And we connect them with the Young Professionals group, and students graduating from our accredited degree programs earn what's called an FMG badge, and they can put comma FMG after their name, and that stands for Facility Management Graduate. The foundation and our trustees, we make presentations on a regular basis to student chapters. We actually have how-to webinars for students on how to fill out our applications. And we've got, on an average annual basis, there's about 3,000 students enrolled in our programs. This is kind of a picture of us engaging some of the students at World Workplace. And we get, it's really heartwarming, because we get a lot of excellent comments from the students before, during, and after the conference, or just thanking us. And a lot of them say they really feel like the foundation cares about them and their career. And that's what we want. We want them to see that how IFMA can actually help them through their careers, through lifelong learning. And as you know, as IFMA members, it's a family, it's a wonderful organization. We have an Ignite FM competition. As I said, this competition can be done locally as well. We also publish books. So we publish a pandemic manual that's had over 4,000 downloads. It's free on our website. We've most recently published Work on the Move 3. This is a third in a series of books, and it's all about building better workplaces after the pandemic. This book was created by a number of authors from around the world. Michael Schley and Alexei Marmot were the editors. And so it's got some great case studies in it. And we're just grateful for the authors. They all did the work pro bono. So, and to help, it was really a fundraiser for the foundation, and it provides valuable information to our members. So it's a win-win for everybody. We also published a great bibliography of evidence-based design research in the workplace. And this is post-COVID, and it talks about, scientific studies about where and how people work best. So if you want to look up anything about, air quality, air control, sustainability, odors in the office, all kinds of things, you can search it in this bibliography, find out what the latest scientists say, and it gives you a link to, if you want to get further into the research, it gives you a link to directly to the research. So I just wanted to kind of open it up for questions and just kind of talk about how chapters, as you see, are supporting the foundation by, helping us, giving us connectivity to universities, nonprofits, workforce development organizations, so that we can work together with you to establish programs. Chapters are, supporting the students by mentoring them, providing scholarships. One big issue that we have is we need FM instructors for these programs that we have, FMs to teach the essentials of FM, the FMP and the SFP, and IFMA's new sustainability course as well. So I encourage you, if you're interested in becoming an instructor, to do so and start the process. And also chapters, a lot of chapters sponsor events. I know your chapter has been very consistent in donating money every year to the foundation. It'd be great if you could encourage your members to, when they re-up for IFMA each year, there's a box that you can check to donate funds to the foundation. Because we're a very small staff. We have an active board of trustees of 15 members. And they work very, very hard, and only a staff of only 2. Our funds come from donations. IFMA we do not get any membership money from IFMA membership. All of our funding comes from donations, because we are actually a charitable organization. So I'll leave it at that. And I know it's a lot of information to cover in 30 minutes, and just open it up to questions, comments.
Let's see here, I'm trying to get down here and see.
Thoughts about how we might engage together in Iowa.
Oh, there we go. Anybody?
This is Jerry in Omaha. Is there a job board available on the IFMA site if there happens to be a facility manager that's looking to find a position?
Yes, it's called IFMA JobNet.
IFMA JobNet. And then does the person have to be a member of IFMA in order to access that site?
I think so. I believe so.
Okay.
I think you can scroll a little bit, but you can't get deep into it without being a member.
Gotcha.
I'll have to double check that though. That's part of the IFMA arena. Well, we're connected to IFMA. We're a separate entity. We're a 501c3. They're a 501c6.
Thanks, Jerry. Anyone else?
I'm curious about what you thought about the 13% growth. Does that sound right to those FMs?
I think obviously COVID has kind of dampened some of the conversations about different things, I think, but I'm glad that we have a variety of people participating today. Yeah, so any other questions someone might have for Diane? I'm sure she's got information to share with you. Anything that you want to put in the chat box?
Hi, Diane. This is Kirsten. Question, if we wanted to, start something like this with our chapter, like if there's a scholarship or, reaching out to colleges or even like the high school, like the trade groups, what are the steps to kind of start that process?
So a lot of chapters form like a little group or I work with their educational committee or professional development committee. We could do this collectively with the other chapters or do it individually with the chapters. It sounds like you guys have been doing a lot of collective participation with other chapters. I can, it's great if you have a little group that I can just kind of meet with and go through all of the options a little bit more in depth. I'm happy to provide training. If you want to approach a community college, I'm there. I'm happy to meet with them, explain to them all of our programs. I speak their language, and all I need is the connection and someone from your chapter there along with me, because it always looks great if you've got industry, local industry, wanting to support a program.
Okay, thank you.
I think a number of us have connections with GMAX, so maybe that's a starting place possibly we can reach out to try to get something started.
Can you explain to me what?
Des Moines Area Community College.
Oh,
So
okay.
it is just north of our Des Moines metropolitan area.
Perfect. And
I guess
just if
yeah.
when you're looking at a college, if the college has construction management, engineering, architecture, business, it's perfect for a program because they probably have most of the courses already in our accreditation standards. And they just need to enhance it with some, intro to facility management, maintenance and operations courses, and a couple of other classes. But if they have those four, it's great. Or if they have a couple of those programs, if they've got engineering and business or construction management, they're good candidates to approach.
Okay. Well, Lisa, I know you've done some work with them. I guess we could look at their course list and then see what kinds of opportunities we might be able to tap to try to get something started.
And if you have connections to workforce development, I'm happy to meet with them and explain to them what we're doing in other cities and states. Sometimes it's better to start with workforce and economic development because they know which schools would be open to new programs. They're more connected to the community.
Okay. Sounds good. All right. You guys are quiet today, but nonetheless, this was a great presentation. I think we weren't quite sure what a wealth of information you had for us, Diane.
I know it's a lot.
It sort of sparks all these different ideas in your head about like, oh, how about that? How about, different areas that maybe we didn't think about, or since you've already done work in that area, we know that it's more of an automatic connection point than having to search for something.
Right, I've got it all. If not, we could create it. And I've got different presentations that I make to community colleges, workforce development, economic development, community organizations. So all I would need is if you had a connection, it makes it a lot easier than
Sure.
cold calling an organization.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's really, I think that's the key for opening the door is
Mhm.
connection with a member of that particular
Yeah.
area.
And, you know, if you're interested in scholarships, we have chapters that actually pool their money. So there was a scholarship that was given away by two chapters and a council. They combined their funding to give a scholarship to one student. So that could be something you may want to consider.
Okay. All right. This is giving you a couple more chances here. Anybody else? Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Diane.
Thank you.
So appreciate your expertise and this great presentation. So we'll have to talk more at our next steering committee meeting to see some possibilities that we might be able to explore. So
Great. Just happy to meet with you further and go into this a little further. I know it's a lot of information. So thank you for having me.
it's amazing and gives us a lot of things to think about. So great. Okay.
Thank you all.
Thank you.